Thank you, John, and thank you, folks. Very, very good. Let me end this conference with a couple of observations, if you will. First of all, that you all are just a wonderful, gorgeous, great, smart group, and I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. This says a lot about Kentucky. I mean, this is the last session, and probably 3/4 of the folk are still here. You know, any Murray folk here who has? Oh, look, see, that's good. They have yeah. For those that don't know, they have 37 hours of driving to get back home. It takes forever. You know, yesterday Bob King started off by giving us the charge, or the statewide agenda charge, and the items that we're going to have to look at and the challenges that we're going to face in looking at those. And we know what all those challenges are. We know, as John mentioned earlier, we're dealing with budget cuts. And I appreciate Carla's internal optimism. I also think that we're going to have to be more efficient and innovative in what we are left with. But in some cases, we're left with more than other states. So that's a good job, John, of selling us on the half-full glass. The other item that I will tell you is, as we start thinking about where we need to go with whatever dollars that we have, we're going to have to start thinking about it from the perspective of what can we do with the knowledge we have on campus. And the biggest knowledge base that we have are our human knowledge base, our human resources, the folk that are in this room. So yesterday I started the conversation off with talking about how we look at the holistic student with a holistic agenda, that it takes us looking at all of the student, the emotional, the social, the academic, the cultural, the pieces of all that make up those folk that come to our campus, whether they're adult learners or the traditional age population groups. But we also had to look at it with a holistic process, and that's bringing into account that the agenda cannot be accomplished unless we have the academic affairs, the student affairs, the curricular, the co-curricular, the financial folk all across the campus, and saying that we need to look at what we are doing and what we're not doing that would address the particular needs of the population. Yeah, there's aggregate knowledge nationally and even statewide that applies to us all, but your campus is, you know, you have a culture. And the argument that I place hopefully in your lap is whether or not you're looking at it, whether it's the culture of success or the culture of failure. And it could be somewhere in between. So this is an interval level measure. You know, how well are we doing what we need to do to accomplish what we need to accomplish? And we had speakers yesterday, starting out with George Koo, that talked about if we're going to do this right, we have to engage the student, the whole student. And we have to engage the campus to look at the whole student. So he gave us a lot of great information on how to do that. In the afternoon, we had the Joe Cusios and the Tom DeWitts and George again, and looking at those specific programs that matter, whether it's mattering to our most vulnerable populations. Tom, I think you did a great job. Thank you, sir. Great job. And how we can develop it at a level that it reaches them where they feel whole on the campus. And Joe, as you look at the first year programs and the holistic first year, and saying that it's no more than just what we do the first semester, but how we start off in the summer and how we end the next summer. And then how we build on that and scaffold that to the second year, third year, and fourth year. Talk about persistence instead of just retention. And how that leads to bigger things other than just maybe a quicker degree or a degree. So thank you for that. Larry, where are you? Larry Abel, he may have had to leave, but he talked about accountability. We all hold ourselves to the responsibility of what we're hired to do, but the biggest responsibility we hold ourselves to are the values that we have about what we do. We're not here just to become rich. If so, we've done a really bad job of looking at our future. But we're here to capitalize on what is the true capital of our great nation, and that's our human capital. And we're here to build that to a degree whereas they not only add to our society as a citizen, but they add to the future society. So those folks did a really good job of that. And today we had a chance again to be charged with what we've been charged with, and looking at the student success agenda. And Joe, you did a wonderful job this morning again of just framing it and saying that these are the things that we know that we can do, and then are we doing it? And then our end panel is now talking about what, that action process, the agenda that we need to reach and how we're going to deliver on that agenda. So this is a great closing panel, I think, because hopefully what you've gotten here is an ability to think about this, and it's probably going to just drive you crazy a little bit, but we try to make it such that it fits well together. We tried to make a holistic conference, and hopefully you got that. But we've got to deliver on it. We've got to go back to our campuses and do more than just say, boy, I went to a great conference. I'm challenging you to leave here with 1, 2, 3, 4 items that you're going to implement, that you know that you're going to have direct control over. If not, you're going to have indirect control over it, and you're going to bug somebody to death until you get direct control over it. You've got to be persistent yourself in order to help our students be persistent. And this is what it's all about. This is what we're charged to do. And I promise you at the council, it's just not about what we're asking you all to do with no budget. It's about us being with you to do what we need to do, whether we have a budget or not. And I promise you we're partners. We're not enemies. We're not anything other than close friends with you, and we cannot accomplish what we're charged to do without all of us working together to make it happen. Be safe, be happy. Thank you, Melissa and your gang, for doing all the stuff you've done. Jill, Wes, good job. Wayne Fielder, Randy Overton, thank you for your hard work. Enjoy, be safe, and we'll see you again next year.
Thank you. Are there stairs over here? Oh, yeah.